There are plenty of true wireless earbuds out there that offer excellent sound. The problem with most of them is that they tend to fall out frequently, and also they're quite expensive. So today we are going to take a look at a pair of true wireless earbuds known as the Truefree Clip C10. How good are they? Well, this is another Amazon find in the Amazon Find series. This is my review of the Truefree Clip C10. But real quickly before I get into this review, be sure to like, share, subscribe, press that notification bell. Also buy yourself a membership to get yourself some badges. Also buy yourself some merch as well. All of that helps the channel grow and it keeps everything going. Now onto the review. To start, you are getting Bluetooth 5.4, which means that you are getting better security, better transfer speeds, and slightly longer transmission range. Of course, this is the latest in Bluetooth, but it's mostly on the security side that you're going to see improvements. You're not going to see any improvements up front, to be honest with you, so it really doesn't make that much of a difference in the grand scheme of things. So let's take a look at the design. These are clip-on earbuds. The motherboards are located on the back of these and will sit behind your ear. Now they come in a pill shape and are bent to fit the back of your ear. Now on the other end is a ball thing that houses the speaker and it sits just outside your ear canal. One thing that was interesting to me, however, was the fact that neither earbud has an L or an R letter on either one. The only way to know if you are putting the earbud in the correct ear is if the button is going towards the top or not. Now I know Truefree was probably going for minimalism here, but that, in my opinion, will cause some confusion. And I have noticed that when I put my earbuds in, that I have had to switch the earbuds because there was no indication as to where each earbud should go. I do like how they clip on and they don't fall out of your ear during a workout. That is probably the one benefit of having clip-ons. But if you did somehow lose these, inside the Truefree app is a Find Earbuds section where you can ring each earbud that is lost and it will play a really loud sound that is made to help you find the earbuds. Now on the top of the bigger part of the earbud is a physical button. This is where your functionality is. Now with a single press you can adjust the volume with the left earbud turning down the volume and the right one turning up the volume. A double press will play and pause your media. A triple press of the right earbud will activate the voice assistant, while a triple press of the left earbud will turn on or off gaming mode. Pressing and holding will skip track or play the previous track depending upon which earbud you press. The right will skip while the left plays the previous track. Now, I will say with the physical button, this is how the volume should function in my opinion, but I would simply press and hold until the volume is all the way up or all the way down. That's how I would have done it if I was making these earbuds. But the good news is that you can change the button's functionalities in the Truefree app. More on that app later on in this video. The charging case is a black case that when holding it feels very much like a toy in my personal opinion. This thing does not feel premium at all, but this is where you are going to store your earbuds when you're not using them. It's also very big for some reason and I kind of don't like that, only because when you are using these true wireless earbuds, most of the time the charging case is going to be in your pocket, and for a lot of people who wear tight jeans, that's not going to feel very comfortable, so you're probably not going to want these just based on the size of the charging case. On the front is an LED light that will tell you what your battery level is in the charging case. In the back is where the reset button along with the USB-C charging port is. That brings me to battery life. Now the battery life on these earbuds is not what they claimed at all. With the earbuds, Truefree claims that you can get up to 8 hours of battery life. In my testing, I only got around 5 hours before I had to charge them up. From the charging case, you get roughly more than 16 hours of battery life when they claimed up to 24 hours. So all in all, the battery life is okay at best, but it's definitely not what they claimed at all. Now, the number one thing you probably expect from these earbuds is sound quality. Well, I got some things to say about that. The bass is pretty weak in my opinion. Now it tries to be strong, kind of like a pair of earphones that you would get from a dollar store. It honestly struggles with lows, decent mids, and the highs are pretty flat in my opinion. But I will say that the Truefree Clip C10 earbuds are pretty good when it comes to podcasts or people talking. But with music, they're really not that good. But you really can't expect these to be the best sounding earbuds because they are cheap, but they definitely can be better. Of course, you can adjust the sound quality inside the app using the sliders. The mic quality is, well, I'll let you be the judge of that.
This is a test of the Truefree C10 Clip microphone.
This is a test of the Truefree Clip C10 microphones.
Yeah, it's somewhat clear that the mic quality is bad, but it's very tinny, there's no bass, and it just sounds bad. And that right there is a good segue into the app portion of this review. The app itself looks decent, but it's not the best app when it comes to using it. It's sort of poorly executed. There was a point where I was trying to log back in because the app wouldn't detect my earbuds when I was trying to reset the app, but when I put in my email and password, it wouldn't go through for some reason. Because of this, I tried re-registering with my PIN. That didn't work because I never received the PIN. It wasn't until I got home on my Wi-Fi that I was able to log back in. The reason for all of that was because the app has to scan every single time to look for my earbuds, even when they are on my ears. That honestly has never happened to me with any other pair of earbuds that I have used. There shouldn't even be a need for scanning to open the app, especially when my earbuds are already in my ears. Not to mention that every single time I open the app, it's advertising to me some new earbuds that Truefree has. Also, it shows that my left earbud is at 10% when that's not even true at all. Overall, the functionality of the app is bad and it really needs to be restructured in the worst way. But once the app is working, it has a ton of features. As I mentioned earlier, you get custom touch, and that's what allows you to change the functionality of each earbud. You also have a game mode, which is specific for gaming. You also have relaxing concert hall, which is a bunch of noises that is designed to help you sleep. You also have a movie mode that adds some depth to the sound. Of course, you have your equalizers, you have your presets that you can use, or you can set your own equalizers to make the sound more tailored to you. Then there's the adaptive EQ that will tailor the sound to your ears as opposed as to what you would probably think is good. Now, when Truefree first presented these to me, I was kind of excited to try these, simply because while they don't have active noise cancellation, I thought the way these earbuds are built that they would cancel out most noise anyway, and to an extent they do. However, they don't cancel out much. These, in my opinion, are good for being out alone hiking or in a room with limited noise. These are not good for blocking out noise or working out in a gym where there's music going on. For me, I strongly prefer earbuds with noise cancellation, and if you have watched any videos in the past that are mine, you know why I love noise canceling earbuds. Now, do I recommend these? Well, truthfully, I think there are better options out there. Now, while the design is somewhat unique, it doesn't have the best sound quality, and their app, as of right now on my phone, is really not good at all, and it needs a ton of work. But anyway, that's been it for this video. Thank you, Truefree, for sending me these earbuds. That's been it for this video. Hope you enjoyed this video. Comment what you liked, what you didn't like. I read all the comments. Also follow me on all the social medias that you see right here. I will talk to you in the next one. See ya. Bye.